everybody. Welcome back to the most dangerous trivia show this side of Narshada's skin boots. TankTop Trivia. I'm your host, GJ Stoutimore. Tonight, we're doing something a little bit different. Not only are we diving into the most tangential, bizarre Star Wars lore you never knew existed, we have a special guest today from, I suppose that, how would you describe your YouTube channel, Kyle? We have Kyle Katarn here, ladies and gentlemen. Sean, give him a round of applause.
Oh, absolutely. No. We're very happy
for having me, guys. Thanks for having me. I'm really happy to be here, actually.
Kyle, give us your one-liner about your YouTube channel. I know the people know who you are, but we're going to tell them again.
You know, I'm no Jedi. I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel and a couple of videos. I do reaction content and reviews to like everything Star Wars related coming out these days. Official stuff like, films, shows, comic books, but also unofficial fan-made content like fan films. That's like one of my big passions, is kind of putting a spotlight and a signal boost onto some of these really passionate creators who are putting really hard work into these projects. And like,
totally.
But Kyle, how do you get your checks? How do you get your checks for Disney shilling if you do that?
Oh, well, I meet up with Kathleen Kennedy for coffee like once every 6 weeks.
Yeah, Kathleen.
She slides a burlap sack across the table with her foot, and then, we walk our separate ways.
For those of you who are not chronically online, there's a group of people that think that that Kyle here gets kickbacks from Disney for liking things that come out recently.
They sent me some stickers and some cup of noodles, and so I guess every man has his price, right?
Yeah, listen, totally. Man, the stuff I would pay for ramen.
I mean, like, I will say, just as somebody who's been been on a couple, like a podcast or two with Kyle beforehand, and then went and discovered his stuff. Just a breath of reasonable, measured, fresh air when it comes to discourse in Star Wars.
I just want to watch Star Wars and have a good time.
Yeah, that's absolutely
talk about why I like it.
Yeah, except for like I want to watch Star Wars, or like I want to talk about Star Wars with Gabe and get punched in the dick on the internet, which is basically what's going on here. Like,
effectively, that's what the show is. Everybody knows and loves our friend here, SeanTankTop. Sean, let the people know what you've been doing lately. What shows you've been covering on your channel?
Oh, I mean, like we're covering a bunch of stuff right now. We're kind of gearing up towards like a pretty intense end of the year, but we just got done, basically any kind of like Song of Ice and Fire content, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, type stuff. Like we have all of that kind of like in the bag. And then we also, we have a ton of stuff coming up. We have like Arcane coming up at the end of the year. Legend of the Vox Machina. Yeah, it's an incredible fucking show. And then Squid Game, actually something a little more contemporary. We're just starting to because there are a couple of spooky bitches with myself and the Draces. We're going to be covering like Agatha all along. We're going to be doing reactions to that, and we're going to be rocking the Penguin. But just basically anything that's kind of like in the nerd conversation, we're definitely down to like check it out. That and like a bunch of new anime reactions, movie reactions, like all that type of stuff.
Are you going to watch the newest, most updated Snyder cut that's coming out next year?
Are you talking about the what? Are you doing like the what was it? Oh,
the director's cut of the director's cut of the director's
lame, cut. Like was it like lame Star Wars? I can't even remember what's the name of those movies that he made on Netflix.
Rebel Moon.
Like Rebel Moon.
I've heard it's just going to be a montage of slow Superman to Hallelujah.
Yeah, just or like another version of Hallelujah, like while they're harvesting wheat or something like that. Because
Kyle, I rewatched The Watchmen the other day I don't know why I did, but I did, and I texted Sean. I was like, it's really weird that he uses this song in every film he makes. It's
all
Hallelujah
of them,
over and over and over.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the next one is just going to star Rufus Wainwright. Like he's just going to be in the film.
Oh my God, Rufus Wainwright slow motion, like plunging like a sword, like into somebody's like actually that
secret code.
It's gonna be a slow motion slash as he cuts Carrie Elwes's fake beard off of his face.
If Snyder had done the sequel trilogy, Ray would have been cutting off Luke's head in slow motion to Hallelujah. The scream would hit Coruscant.
Totally, absolutely. Oh yeah,
the movie would have opened with Ray doing deadlifts of BB-8. Like, AT-AT gym. She's got on Jack.
She would have been he would have been like a kettlebell basically, and he would have been doing like swings and shit like that. Yeah, 100%, absolutely.
Amazing. Waiting for the first order to test her. She's been training for 20 years.
Dude,
I'd be there for it, weirdly enough. Listen, as you can all see, this show is a little bit different. The way we're going to go about it today is each candidate's been curated 5 questions by yours truly, designed to challenge them. Sean, of course, is going to go first. Kyle's going to go second. If Sean gets his question right, this is the special format, then we'll move on to Kyle's question. If Tank gets his question wrong, then let's face it, he probably will. Kyle gets the opportunity to steal that question if he feels like he knows the answer.
Every
Kyle's
company needs their Red 4, and I'm going to take that bullet when we're going on the Death Star. You know,
that's right. If Kyle manages to steal Sean's points, Sean does have a chance to keep up by answering the questions Kyle was supposed to get for that round. So it is fair, at least in theory.
Yeah.
But TLDR, I've designed a game to punish and humiliate TankTop out of pure spite. And to an untold and godly degree, all because you dared perform well last week, Sean. I'm still a little bit pissed off about it.
I know. Well, no, that was like you said, like it's fair. You said like you know in
theory.
In theory, from a certain point of view, and I'm just like a certain point of view, motherfucker. Like, are you kidding me? So I'm down. I'm ready. I'm ready for. I'm like Darth Maul in this situation. Like I'm
ready to be cut in half.
I'm cursed to fail, and I know it, and that's fine. You know,
cut in half, reanimated, defeated again, reanimated. Yeah,
absolutely.
No, this is the way. I just like to shout out for the folks at home watching this that whether or not I was brought in as a ringer, I'm just here to have a good time.
Also, for the 3 people that watch this show, I should confess that I was talking to my partner the other day, and maybe poking a little fun at her, and she was like, "Yeah, you sort of, make fun of the things you love." I was like, "Listen, I can be a bad friend in that regard. I've been friends with Sean for 5 years, right?" And this dude, one time, it was so angry about a haircut that he got that he calls up and he sends me. He sends me this photo, and he's like, I think he's looking for sympathy. And all I could offer him is 2 minutes of uninterrupted laughing on the other end of the phone.
Like
to the point where Sean's like, I'm going to go now. This is kind of annoying me.
It was you broke the storm. Like you kind of like it was a heat wave of rage, and you sort of broke it with a thunderstorm of like of friendly
hyena laughter,
elder millennial ridicule. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and so
I think we have a tendency to take ourselves too seriously, and that's one of the best things friends can do is just laugh at us.
Yeah,
that was to make fun of us a little bit, you know.
It was just one of those things, but it was just like I don't know. It was just like it's like if you basically cross like the haircut that Bert had from Sesame Street with but done by a Puerto Rican.
90s lineup.
Yeah, but done like by a Puerto Rican from Chicago. That was essentially what I had. And it was
got on the chair and said, "Just fuck my shit up."
Oh man, I mean, like, just started.
I sent it to all my family and friends, and they laughed too. It was awesome.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, like, it was it was bad. Like, it was like it's like, but like started like all of a sudden just in apropos of nothing, just starts fucking trimming up the mustache and the beard.
Oh no.
Like I'm just like, oh, like it just happened, and I'm just like,
there's no. There's communication that has to happen before.
You're absolutely goddamn right. Like
that's
like yeah. I looked like
it was
like
a travesty.
I looked like one of the guys that shanked one of like the 15 dudes that Walter White killed in season 5 at the end of fucking Breaking Bad. Like it was something. But yeah, anyway.
All right, so let's get 2 things here. You guys ready to play? Today's category is the Dark Forces series. So interesting factoids about the hugely popular games. Dark Forces, Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, and Jedi Academy. Now, coincidentally, totally at random and not at all planned, all these games are revolve around the now decanonized character of Kyle Katarn.
Right.
So I wonder why we brought Kyle in today.
I've heard of those games. Dark Forces, am I saying that right? Dark Forces.
And because of this, guys, we're not going to have the lore cutaways, mainly because if you want to learn about these games, just go play them like that. I'm not going to make
and
lore snippets.
A lot of them are very fun games.
Of Dark Forces earlier this year. So
I don't know. I used to play those when I was younger. I think they make me motion sick now. I can't handle it. I'm getting fucking old, guys.
Yeah, you are.
Just wait for the next level of like hard hologram VR plug like an aux cord into your brain.
I've seen some people doing some mods of that actually. It looks like it. I was just like, I want to try this, but I'm not going to go through all the rigmarole that it seems like it takes, and like I have to, like I'm not writing code to fucking play video games. Dude. I'm just like, I'm logging on and I'm rocking the sticks, and that's it. You know.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys, ready to roll?
Ready to spend effort, then it's not worth it.
Right. Exactly.
Amazing. Ready to play, guys? Yes.
I suppose.
All right, round 1. SeanTankTop, this question is for you. Kyle Katarn infiltrates the Imperial base on this planet in order to steal the Death Star plans.
Okay.
Is it A, Yaga Minor? Is it B, Scarif? Is it C, Danuta? Or is it D, Boss Pity?
A.
Really?
Yeah.
Confident.
I'm just going with the dumbest sounding one. So like, I'm just,
Okay. Yeah. So Kyle should know this, but Sean's plan, and it has mixed results, but it did do well for him last week.
It occasionally does okay.
It got him a 0 out of 0, and then I got him a 3 out of 4. He just picks the most batshit name.
I just go for the
goofiest
name.
with.
Yeah. Or like the goofiest thing. But I don't think it's Scarif. I don't think that was like kind of like it's to my knowledge, it wasn't recanonized. And the other ones don't ring a bell because I played some of those games. That other one sounds familiar and it's goofy as fuck. It sounds like, so it's like, what was it? What would you call it? What was it?
Hey, Yaga Minor, that's your final answer.
Can we get some Yaga Minor for the table, please? Yeah, thank you so much. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I'm just gonna go with that. I'm just gonna
Hey, Yaga Minor. Well, unsurprisingly, Sean, that is incorrect.
Yeah.
Kyle, you have an opportunity to steal this question or to take your own. Do you want me to read it out to you again? You can decide.
No, I remember the question. I just, it's been a while. It's either Denudo or Boss Pity, but I can't. I'm going to say D, Boss Pity.
So you are going to steal.
He's going for it.
I'm going to steal. I'm going to go out on a limb.
Look at this guy.
Okay. Well, that is incorrect, Kyle. The answer was C, Denuda. You had it. You had it in there.
Damn it.
You're on the verge of greatness.
So for some context, Boss Pity was the campaign that Obi-Wan Kenobi mentioned in Revenge of the Sith. And Scarif, of course, was the Disney canon on Rogue. Not Disney canon, but new canon.
Yeah.
On Rogue One, where the Death Star plans were hidden. All right, Sean. I have your second question here.
Right.
Here we go. In the development of the first Dark Forces game, Darren Stinnett hired this Cal Berkeley architectural undergrad. Is it Ingar Shu A? I can't even. This is such a cruel, fucked up question. Is it B, Timothy Roldan, C, Ben Till, or D, Yoko Mazamura?
You could literally just be making this up. This is so deep.
But why would I make this up when I could do the research and just be an asshole?
Agreed. Right? No.
I love that he's thinking about it, like he's gonna find the fucking answer. There's no amount of reasoning that's gonna help you here.
You do have
architecture. I'm gonna go D.
D, Yoko Mazamura.
Yeah.
Okay. That is incorrect. Kyle, would you like to steal or get your own question?
I'm not touching it.
All right.
What was it?
The answer is A, Ingar Shu. So Ingar, if you're tuning in, thank you for all your contributions.
That was the goofiest one, and that was the most. It sounds like a Star Wars name.
Ingar, I'm sorry. Sean just said your name was goofy. He's an American.
No, it sounds like.
I apologize.
It sounds like a Star Wars name, though.
Can you name one other fact about Ingar Shu?
I knew that he went to Berkeley and he was an architectural undergrad.
There it is.
There you go.
That's
absolutely. And apparently now it's on the internet that I think that this lauded man of letters is like has a goofy. No, it just
in 2024 his name was besmirched.
It sounded It sounded more. It just sounded the most like a Star Wars name. I think it's kind of more what I meant to say.
I think that's a good lodestone. I think that's a good way to navigate through this sort of thing.
I don't. It was wrong. Kyle, here's your question.
Okay.
This ship is Kyle Katarn's personal vessel. Is it A, the Moldy Crow, B, the Ratchet Hoe, C, the Dopest Show, or D, the Greenest Grow?
I'm going to go with A, the Moldy Crow.
Final answer. Really make him think about this one. Well, Kyle, that's correct. A, the Moldy Crow. Kyle Katar's trusty. Sean, what's the matter? You don't look very happy with that.
Well, it's just like you asked me like literally some shit that like could like again literally just be pulled out of your the guy has a Star Wars sounding name. This could totally be made up, and then you go like, hey, how about you Han Solo? Was it A, the Millennium Falcon, B, the Millennium Dalkin, C, the Millennium Malkin, or B, go fuck yourself, have a cup of coffee, and shut the fuck up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't.
This interchange is why I wanted to do the whole show to begin with. FYI, why I came up with this whole concept. These questions are pre-planned and pre-made.
I have to eat sea moss. Like
there's no favoritism applied here whatsoever.
If I should biff it, you have a chance to steal one of my questions, though.
That's true. That's fair.
So there's an avenue to victory here.
So unfortunately, the algorithm has been written and it's unchangeable. So let's move on into the next round. Sean, we find yourself So right now you're batting 0.
Big old goose egg.
Kyle, you have 1 point. And now we're into our advanced round 2. So here we go. Sean. This crime lord denied Mara Jade entrance to his hideout on her mission to broker a deal on behalf of the New Republic in the Mysteries of the Sith game. Is it A, Kappa, B, Durga the Hutt, C, Chafe Misery, or D, Zorba the Hutt? It's getting harder to read these out sometimes.
Shit. I recognize both the Hutts.
Now, for those of you who don't know, Mysteries of the Sith was a companion game.
Yeah.
That came attached to Jedi Knight. So, I played them both.
But I'm trying to remember. I remember Zorga the Hutt much more.
Zorba with a B.
Zorba. But
Zorba had a good beard.
Yeah.
Kyle, that's enough from you.
Sorry.
Zorba the Hutt. I'm locking it in. Like, I don't give a shit. That's what I mean.
Zorba the Hutt. What are you gonna do?
I recognize. I mean, like, that was kind of the one that I was leaning towards, and that's the one that rings the most bells. Like, I recognize both of them, but Zorba was like a big. It's this one that I have the strongest feeling about. The one that I feel like I've interacted with the most. I don't specifically remember this element of it, like, but I'm gonna lock that in for Zorba.
All right, so D is Zorba the Hutt.
Yes.
Well, Sean, very much like Qui-Gon's morality concerning the freedom of slaves, you are completely and totally bankrupt. That is incorrect. Kyle, would you like to steal this question, or would you like to get your own?
No, because I would have answered it the same way. So I'm just gonna.
There we go.
Fade back into the hedge.
The answer is A, Kappa. Now, the tricky language here is that Kappa is also a Hutt.
Oh, but he doesn't rock with the Hutt thing like that. Like he's like, hey, listen. He's like one of the cool, like, younger substitute teachers.
He's a
like,
Hutt.
Listen, it's like, you can just call me Steve. Don't worry about it. You don't got to drop the whole Mister thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't got to rock the Hutt on everything. You know, like
sits backwards on a chair.
Very informal.
That guy.
I'm with it.
All right, Kyle, here's your question. In Jedi Outcast, this former student of Luke Skywalker colluded with Admiral Gallic Fayar in a plot to dominate the galaxy. It's A, Tavion, B, Desan, C, Kip Duron, or D, Raynar Thul.
Ooh, I'm going to have to go with B, Desan.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Kyle, that is correct. Well done. Well played. A man of true sensibilities and love for the Star Wars lore, Sean, unlike somebody else here in the group.
It's cool. Like, when I get there, I think this is the thing. I think at this point, I've just had more Star Wars lore yelled at me from incels and white supremacists than I have actually that I've interacted with it in a long time. There's a weird frantic, like, evangelism that is kind of,
this underlying unnecessary urgency to the way they tell you these things too.
Yeah, there is.
Like, you've got to know it now. Like,
right.
And half the time they don't even know it or know it fully. Like the people that throw the lore at me sometimes. I don't have a lot of these because nobody knows who I am.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm about to read you your next question, Sean.
Read me
let's jump into that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you ready, Sean? You're down 0-2 now, so you got to do some work here.
As ready as I'm gonna be, bub.
I believe.
I think if you're a reader, you'll probably know this.
Let's see.
On page 31 of the Dark Forces 2 manual. This category is described in detail for essential gameplay information.
Okay.
Is it A, ammo items, B, power-up items, C, dungeon maps, or D, neutral force abilities?
I'm just trying. Maps are usually like pretty. I'm just trying to because it's like abilities and shit like that. Like, but it's like, hold on. 31 out of what? Out of how many pages?
That's the question.
On page 31 of the Dark Forces 2 manual, this category is described in detail for essential gameplay information.
Yeah.
Essential gameplay information may be your key there, Sean. A, ammo items. B, power-up items. C, dungeon maps. Or D, neutral force abilities.
I kind of want to go like I kind of want to go with the maps thing because sometimes they just want to be like they gotta address like the hows and whys of just doing the thing or whatever it is. But sometimes they will like And this is from what game?
Dark
Which
Forces 2.
Dark Forces 2. Okay.
Jedi Knight.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm going force abilities because you start out as more of a classic, from what I can recall, and maybe I'm misremembering this, but from what I recall, you started as more like a classic shooter, and you eventually like become more trained and knowledgeable within the force, and you attain force abilities throughout the game. And I feel like they would cover more of the non-force shit earlier in like the pages and stuff like that. So I'm going, that's my methodology. So the force, what was that? C, I think it was.
I'm going to rename it. I'm going to relist it for you, and I want you to listen to the question wording too.
Okay.
Just before you answer. On page 31.
This one.
I know.
I kind of do because it's a really unfair question.
Yeah.
On page 31 of the Dark Forces 2 manual, this category is described in detail for essential gameplay information. Is it A, ammo items, B, power-up items, C, dungeon maps, or D, neutral force abilities?
Category. Okay.
Can I say something?
No.
It depends, Kyle.
I don't need no fucking olive branch around these. No, I
don't know the answer. I just made an observation.
I got you. I'm sure. I mean, like the always with you. It cannot be done. The fucking category. I mean, like let's I'm gonna go. What was B again? Just
B is power-up items. It's A, ammo items, B, power-up items, C, dungeon maps, or D, neutral force abilities.
Categories. I'm gonna go B, power-up items.
B, power-up items. Final answer?
Yeah, sure.
Kyle, by the way, any interest in stealing this one, or do you want to just let it roll?
I just want to see how this one plays out.
Okay, gotcha. Sean is incorrect. The answer is D, neutral force.
Oh, you came up with that at one point too. So close.
Look at his face.
I'm legit like
you don't say. Sean, it looks like you're operating from a bit of a deficit here, either
just a touch.
Completely artificial or just a matter of happenstance, but we're going to give you an opportunity to dig out here. And I got to be honest, this is about as fair of a question you're going to get. Which is not saying a lot with this.
Okay.
In the Jedi Academy game, Sean, the player character, known as this name, must battle this dark force wielding antagonist on Hoth. So the name of the player and then the name of the antagonist.
Okay.
Is it A, Jaden Kor battling Alora, B, Kyle Katarn battling Tavion, C, Rosh Pennin battling Mark Aragnos, or D, Kyle Katarn battling Jaden Kor?
Ooh. Read those off again one more time.
Sure. Do you want the question or do you just want the names?
No, hit me with the whole thing.
Okay. In the Jedi Academy game, the player character, known as this name, must battle this dark force wielding antagonist on Hoth. Is it A, Jaden Kor battling Alora, B, Kyle Katarn battling Tavion, C, Rosh Pennin battling Mark Aragnos, or D, Kyle Katarn battling Jaden Kor?
I'm gonna go A.
Jaden Kor battling Alora?
I think. I mean, I'm trying to. Yeah, I mean, because I know that Kyle Katarn is in. I'm just trying to remember if he's the main character of every single one of those games, and for some reason I don't believe that's the case, and I wish I should be watching. I'm trying to fucking bait like Kyle over here just to see if I can get him to and he's stone faced like a son of a bitch. No.
Do you want the names one more time?
No.
Nope.
Yeah. Well, fuck it. I'm just gonna go A.
You said Jaden Kor battling Alora.
For some reason, I think that's what it is. Even though it's probably fucking wrong. Who gives a shit? Fuck everything. Whatever. Like it's fine. Like.
Well, sometimes, Sean, when you just say fuck it and go for it, you end up launching your missile into the Death Star's gut. The answer is A, Jaden Kor with Alora. I told you this was a fair question. Kyle feels so bad for you that he's cheering you on.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how rigged this game is, man.
Hold on. Alexa, play Yub Nub. Like, I want to play the like a bunch
We don't
of,
want that remastered version at the end of Return of the Jedi. We want the original Yub Nub.
Yeah, get the Yub Nub, and then and we get to hear the tone of the Ewoks, like maybe playing kind of like rhythmic like xylophonic type of sounds on a bunch of
Stormtrooper heads, which I think
Stormtrooper
we got some in the back.
like
Sound
that,
out of those buckets, I gotta say.
absolutely, yeah.
Well, Kyle, let's see. This may be a SeanTankTop resurgence. So this could be like Deadeye Duncan taking on the name of mysterious stranger in Kotar. So we'll see what happens here. Let's get your question in. Kyle, your question is this: this character serves the main character as his dark enforcer in Dark Forces 2 if the player opts for the dark side ending. Is it A, Saris, B, Bach, C, Jarek, or D, Dasan?
It's going to be A, Saris.
You know, Kyle, this is why we bring you on the show, because you teach all of us so much. The answer is A, Saris. Well done.
Nice.
I keep wanting to cut to lore, but there's no lore to cut to. It's into my process now by episode 9.
Right.
But yeah,
I'll throw some lore, some personal lore out there.
Go for it.
Saris is the blonde lady, the Padawan in Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight. That game has FMV cutscenes, which means they actually filmed real actors for the cutscene. And one of the very first crushes I ever had was Sarah, the Dark Jedi, with her blonde hair.
The problematic, cruel, like dark side acolyte Sarah.
The way she cuts down that dude who looks like Justin Long, who has one of the best death scenes ever, by the way.
There you go.
My favorite part of that is when she goes, Why?
and then he falls out of frame. He's like, he deserves a good death.
He is a Jedi. He deserves a battle.
I totally get that, Kyle, because it's like, even sometimes like fucking players' game is just too fucking cold, our fucking spit is too sweet, and like sometimes when we're kids, we know that we just need a bad bitch, and like because I'm a big like Ursula in Ariel form with the black hair. That was my Disney princess. You know what I mean? Like I totally 100% get like understand.
There's just something about it, man. Like my earliest recorded crush ever was Evil Lynn from He-Man. Like Skeletor's girlfriend, you know?
Yeah, dude.
Had the girlfriend, and even before I knew what that meant, I was like, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like she knows what Skeletor sounds like when he nuts, and it's something, and it's really funny. Like whatever it is. Like,
well, Sean, let's see if you can keep up.
I'm pretty sure he just yells He-Man every time.
That's probably I mean, like,
He-Man.
No, come here. I was like, I want you to put this wig on. Yeah, like I was like,
I do miss old Skeletor. I gotta be honest. I do miss old Skeletor.
Yeah, no, old Skeletor. I mean, like, yeah, he fucking rules, dude. Like, yeah, he's
the Masters of the Universe Revelation. I think it's Mark Hamill.
Yeah, he does a good job.
Yeah,
he's a pretty good Skeletor.
Having fun, you know what I
but
mean?
Old Skeletor reminds me of the days of Super Friends when Darkseid was just this weird simp after Wonder Woman the whole time.
Yeah,
Wonder Woman.
Dude.
Why do you resist? Are you not honored that I have chosen you to be my queen?
Queen?
Yeah,
Wonder Woman.
Dude,
Why won't you be my bride?
It's
Well, he
so
was
weird. Here's your question, Sean. Same game. So Dark Forces 2.
Sure.
Maw, a force, not Maw,
Maw.
a force-sensitive multiple amputee, once proudly confided to Kyle Katarn that he had the honor of doing this with his father. Is it A, serving in the Clone Wars? B, watching him receive the Star of Alderaan? Is it C, taking his head and putting it on a spike for all to see? Or D, watching Kyle grow up to be a fine young man?
He's talking about he proudly did this with his father, this force user.
He confided to Kyle that he had the honor of doing this with Kyle's father.
Okay.
With Kyle's father.
Kyle's father. Okay, cool.
I can read off the question again if you like.
No, just hit me with the answers. Hit me with the multiple.
I'll do the whole thing just for the music of it.
I got you.
Ma, a force-sensitive multiple amputee. once proudly confided to Kyle Katarn that he had the honor of doing this with his father? A, serving in the Clone Wars. B, watching him receive the Star of Alderaan. C, taking his head and putting on a spike for all to see. Or D, watching Kyle grow up to be a fine young man.
I feel like there's as much as like because the Clone Wars is just a very easy. Everybody, it's like the war. It's like World War II, the big one. Like everybody has a relationship to it in some way.
I thought what you were about to say, and I was about to agree with it, was that like with some of these games, you have like these stand-ins for Luke Skywalker, so it's all they keep mentioning old wars.
Yeah,
stuff,
right.
like,
Or it's just like it's either like a Han surrogate or it's a Luke surrogate, or
it's their World War II,
in a certain sense. But yeah,
1 and 2 apparently.
Watch him grow up to be a fine young man, but he's telling him about shit. So it's like, I don't know. That doesn't quite. I'm gonna say. I mean, like, even though I like, there's a big part of me that's getting pulled towards the serving with him in the Clone Wars. I'm gonna go receiving the Star of Alderaan. Is what I'm gonna go with.
B, receiving the Star of Alderaan.
Yeah. It
Final
feels like
answer?
it feels like a trick, like a Jedi's trick. You know what I mean? But I'm just gonna go with it. I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting I'm gonna go B. I'm gonna lock it in for B.
You're gonna go B.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Sean, the Jedi mind trick did work on you. You are unlike Watto. Jedi mind tricks did work on you. No money involved. Kyle, would you like to steal this one?
Jedi.
I think I will.
You know?
And I'm going to say that it is C. He put his head on a spike for all to see.
Yep.
Ooh, it's Maw, because Maw sounds like a bad guy's name.
Exactly.
Correct, Kyle.
Exactly.
The quote is from Maw. I had the honor of taking his head and thrusting it on a spike for all to see.
Dude, nice.
Yeah, it's an excellent scene.
I should have thought about Maw being a bad.
Maw is literally a dude in a latex suit, by the way. It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite cutscenes.
Fuck yeah, man, with a fucking ball gag and everything.
He has like a lightsaber lance too. His lightsaber is like scaled to the size of him, so it's just this massive weapon.
Right. Oh no.
Lightsaber staffs break canon, guys. We didn't see them in the prequels. For sure. Well, Sean, since Kyle stole your question, you can have Kyle's question to try to make up for it. So here it is. Sean, in Dark Forces 2, this weapon is automatically assigned the number 7 hotkey. It is A, the Briar Pistol, B, the Rail Detonator, C, the Imperial Repeater, or D, the Lightsaber.
Which is the hotkey again? What's the hotkey?
In Dark Forces 2, this weapon is automatically assigned the number 7 hotkey. Is it the Briar Pistol, A, the Rail Detonator, B, the Imperial Repeater, D, C, or the Lightsaber, D?
Imperial Repeater, C.
Unfortunately, Sean, no, it's the Rail Detonator.
Oh,
you know? How do you not know your automatic hotkeys? What kind of a freak doesn't memorize?
7 is a rail. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, because the Imperial would probably be a pretty close.
Oddly enough, the lightsaber is 10. Like you have to go way down, or
at the end.
Sorry, not 10. It was 0. Yeah, there's only 9,
really?
9 keys in 0. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can also use plus and minus to cycle through them. So if you just press minus, it'll go back to 0.
I think that's what
I hated it though, because you had to watch them all pop up, and I was got confused. All right, but last round, guys, you've all done very well. Well, some of us have done very well.
I have one. If I get 1 point, I'm fucking fine. I'm like a.
Well, Sean, we're setting your standard at 75% these days.
No. What the fuck? What the fuck? No. What are you talking about? Like, I'm like a working stiff that wins like fucking $5,000 at like at like a casino or something like that. I'm just like, hey, what are you talking
it's
about?
It's like the Trading Places movie where the billionaires gave the bonus of $5.
Yeah, like I covered rent tonight, and then in like a 6-pack of Michelob. I'm doing.
Don't think I've forgotten about your Christmas bonus, Sean. $5.
There we go. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Question for Sean. In Jedi Outcast, who does Kyle Katarn see at the Valley of the Jedi when he returns to reconnect to the Force? Is it A, his father, B, his first master, C, the ghost of the Force ghost, of Jan Ors, or D, Baracus?
His father.
No reaction to Brackus whatsoever.
Oh, Brackus!
You didn't even fucking blink. I threw that in there specifically for you to give you one that I knew you knew would be wrong, and you didn't even put an eyelash.
Well, no, because that
This
was
is the reward I get, Kyle, for all my prep, all my attempts to, entertain.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm locked in on you. I'm like, if you hadn't, tried to, I'd be sitting on 2 big points. Like if you hadn't to fucking like done your fucking, like clouded, it's, I'm going to use the same explanation that, George and Filoni.
As Anakin once said, you lack conviction.
To explain my stupidity, I'm just going to say that the dark side was clouding me like the whole time or whatever. Like, even
you
though
were like Yoda next to Palpatine,
even though
you saw him every day,
right,
and you still couldn't figure it out.
I can just opaquely see this evil piece of shit in front of me, like right now, which is what I should just be trusting my own eyeballs. When it comes with you, Gabe. But no, but the. Yeah, no, I tuned it out, but yeah, Brackus, hilarious. That's awesome. Yeah. That's a good. That's. Do
you want the questions? Do you want the question and answer again, or
yeah?
Let me go with that.
Get it one more time, but I think I got an idea.
In Jedi Outcast, who does Kyle Katarn see at the Valley of the Jedi when he returns to reconnect with the Force? Is it A, his father, B, his first master, C, the Force ghost of Jan Ors, or D, Brackus? So we know it's not fucking Brackus. So it's you're going A, B, C. What if it was Brackus? What if this was the trick I was playing on you?
Yeah.
He's genuinely still pissed about that. You can tell. It's like an authentic anger.
I would have 2 points. Like
Kyle, the first show we did, I warned him it was going to be this way, and he was like, "Yeah, it's going to be fine." And then we took a break. He's like, "Yeah, I see what you're saying. I am
no. That I will say that legitimately, like I was about to go Kylo Ren and just rip the fuck out of the side of my fucking of my.
The facial reaction you gave is great. I'm probably gonna do all kinds of editing.
It was fantastic.
Sorry, I distracted you. His father A, his first master B.
This is an outcast, and I kind of feel like we kind of dealt with a lot more of the father shit in Dark Forces 2, and so I want to say that it's his first master, which I think is which is B, right?
Yes, it is.
I'll lock that one in. I'll lock that one.
Okay,
I guess.
B, his first master.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, Sean, you've sealed yourself again. Kyle, would you like to seal?
I will steal.
Nice.
It's going to be A, his father, Morgan.
A, his father, and that is correct. This poor fucking guy Sicilianed himself again.
Yeah.
But listen, Sean, I'm going to give you a chance to steal. You're going to get Kyle's question now. Okay. So, really lock in here. Yeah. I need you to focus.
Go ahead.
As Liam Neeson once said when he was torturing an Albanian guy.
I'm putting down my blast shield so I can really see the Force and feel it.
All right. This character once confessed to an enraged Kyle Katarn that she was not brave enough to die. Is it A, Tavion, B, Jan Ors, C, Admiral Dela, or D, Jaina Solo?
Ooh. Read them off again.
Or E, Brackus. No.
Fuck you.
This character once confessed to an enraged Kyle Katarn that she was not brave enough to die. A, Tavion, B, Jan Ors, C, Admiral Dela, or D, Jaina Solo?
B, Jan Ors. Jan Ors.
B, Jan Ors.
I think I'm just going to go with that one.
Sean, what do you think happened to Watto after the prequel trilogy?
He sold Shmi Skywalker to fucking.
What happened during the prequel trilogy? But what do you think happened
afterwards?
After? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know.
There is a non-canonical comic of Darth Maul before he was originally brought back.
Okay,
they gave him. It was like a Legends story.
Interesting.
Where he got these cybernetic legs and came looking for Obi-Wan.
Sick.
And one of the things he did was he slaughtered Watto like a pig. That is effectively what we've done to you today.
Dude, fuck
Unfortunately, you are incorrect. The answer is A, Tavion. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Hey, man.
That was a beautiful segue.
Sean, what would Watto say if he was in a state of losing trivia like this, as you have been?
I'm trying to think about.
I love this guy's impression so much.
I'm trying to remember. It makes no difference whether or not I get 1 point or what. It is not worth 4 points.
Listen, that's all the time we have for this episode of Unreasonably Impossible Star Wars Trivia. I want to thank our guest, Kyle Katarn, for joining us today. Kyle, tell us some of the stuff you got going on.
Well, first of all, the answer to that last question was A, Tavion. But
Did I not say that? No, it was Tavion. You're right. Correct.
Yeah.
It was Tavion. Tavion Axmus. You can find me streaming on Twitch, reacting to Star Wars and reviewing comics and fan films on YouTube, and being sassy on Twitter, I guess.
Yeah. I've seen Kyle be sassy on Twitter. It's just like to behold. And of
happens.
course, we want to thank our regular guest, SeanTankTop, as always. Thank you. What a good sport. We're going to be taking a break from trivia for a while, but remember to check out all 9 episodes we have out. This channel also has other content coming, including a series called When Star Wars Gets Silly, a show about some of the most unhinged, weird shit you can possibly imagine happening in Star Wars. Kyle, you have humiliated TankTop on his own home court. His self-titled show. He ought to be ashamed, shouldn't he? We appreciate the time. And Sean, talk us out in the voice of Watto, please.
Friend